You know, I bet people think that we only go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, I know, right?
We need to tell them about some of the other places that we've been to.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
Antietam. Okay?
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
All right.
Hello there, Parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I'm your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
In this video, we are going to talk about the Mumma Farm and Graveyard in Sharpsville, Maryland.
Yes, just around Antietam area.
That's right. Well, it is the Antietam Battlefield. But...
Well, yeah.
Okay. But before we get into that, if you're into the paranormal, history, forensic, and travel type videos...
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell so you'll hear from us next time we post a new video.
I didn't ding.
You didn't ding, but that's okay. They're gonna ding.
They're gonna ding. And we never really ask this, but it puts it above our head and everything. But leave us a comment. If you got questions, ask us questions. If you've been to these places, you want to add to it. A lot of people do. They add to it. Hey, I'm related, or I've been there and I've done this. And that. Please. Because we do read the comments. We're a little behind. We've got to get caught up. But we do read the comments, and some of them are pretty cool. Most of them are pretty cool. Some of them, no. But most of them are pretty cool. And we love to hear from you.
Yours would be cool.
Oh, absolutely. Leave us a comment. Anyways, we are talking about Panic D number 1887. This is Mumma Farm and Graveyard, located at 5923 Mumma Lane, Sharpsville, Maryland.
Sharpsburg.
Sharpsburg. What did I say?
Sharpsville.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sharpsburg, Maryland.
Yes.
Is it
Part
open
of
to the public?
Antietam Battlefield area.
No, it is not open to the public. But it is one of the stops when you take the tour through the Antietam Battlefield.
And you can actually walk back to the cemetery, though.
And do an EVP session if you want to.
Like some other people we know.
Yeah. So, before we dive deep into this, why don't we cover the history?
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so watch this and we'll be right back.
Situated near the renowned Antietam National Battlefield in Maryland, boasts a deeply woven history that is intricately linked to the tumultuous events of the Civil War. Specifically, it is most notably associated with the Battle of Antietam, which unfolded on September 17th of 1862. This battle is recognized not only for its staggering casualties, but also for its crucial role in the broader context of the Civil War, as it marks a turning point in the conflict between the Union and Confederate forces. In the years leading up to the Civil War, Mumma Farm functioned primarily as an agricultural property, reflecting the typical lifestyle and economic activities of the region during the time. The Mumma family, who were the proprietors of the farm, engaged in various farming practices, including the cultivation of crops and the raising of livestock, which were essential to the local economy. The farm not only provided sustenance for the family, but it also contributed to the agricultural output of Maryland, a state that was pivotal in the conflict due to its strategic location and divided loyalties. The community surrounding Mumma Farm was characterized by its rural charm and close-knit relationships, which were disrupted as the nation moved closer to war. The Battle of Antietam is etched in history as one of the bloodiest encounters in the American warfare, with an estimated 22,717 soldiers killed, wounded, or missing in action. This battle was more than just a military conflict. It marked a pivotal point in the Civil War, giving President Abraham Lincoln the political power to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which sought to liberate enslaved individuals in the Confederate States. The strategic positioning of the Mumma Farm made it a focal point during the battle. The farm's proximity to key battle movements allowed it to serve as a vantage point for observing troop maneuvers. Its fields and structures became integral in the unfolding conflict, as soldiers from both sides traversed the land in search of advantage. The consequences of the battle for Mumma Farm were dire. The property endured extensive destruction as it was commandeered for military purposes. The farmhouse was burned down by Confederate troops, and surrounding buildings were repurposed as a field hospital, where wounded soldiers received care amidst the chaos of battle. the once thriving agricultural landscape was scarred by the violence of war, leaving a lasting impact on the property. Following the conclusion of the Civil War, Mumma Farm entered a period of restoration and rebuilding. Unfortunately, the family petitioned the federal government for funds to rebuild the farmhouse. However, their petition was denied since it was Confederate troops that set it ablaze and not the Union troops. Mumma family, resilient and determined though, along with various community members, rebuilt the farmhouse and returned to their agricultural roots, gradually rehabilitating the land that had suffered greatly during the conflict. This era was marked by a profound sense of renewal as the family worked diligently to restore the farm's productivity and contribute once again to the local economy. Over the years, Mumma Farm continued to thrive as a significant agricultural site, embodying the spirit of perseverance that characterized many families in the post-war period. In contemporary times, Mumma Farm is recognized for its historical significance and serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made during the Civil War. Preservation efforts have been undertaken to maintain the integrity of the farm and its historical relevance, ensuring that future generations can appreciate its role in American history. This site has become an integral part of the landscape that narrates the story of the Battle of Antietam, attracting historians, educators, and visitors who seek to learn more about this pivotal moment in the nation's past. Educational programs and guided tours are often conducted to illuminate the farm's history, fostering a deeper appreciation for its legacy.
Sad story about the Mumma family.
I know.
They did nothing wrong. They
No.
just left, and when they came back, burnt.
Yes.
Right?
And then they couldn't get any money.
Couldn't get any money from the
That is a
government.
sad story.
Had to rebuild, start over.
But
Yeah.
they did it.
Oh, of course they did.
Resilient.
Of course they did. All right, so let's talk about paranormal claims. Now, in the database, the cemetery and the farmhouse are together because they're like right next to each other. So the paranormal actually goes together. So we have black shadows have been seen or have been reported around the cemetery. EVPs have been captured there at the cemetery, and black shadows have
And
been
at the
seen.
farm.
Yeah, and at the farm. And black shadows have been reported around the farmhouse. There's also been apparitions of soldiers. I think right down from there, there was an old-time paranormal report. I don't have it on the database, but of somebody who saw soldiers laying in one of the ditches there, which is kind of, yeah. But anyways, our personal experiences, like you said, we went back to the cemetery.
Yeah, I remember like they had the land mowed, like this mowed strip to get back there, and we were kind of walking, and then we're like, are we supposed to be in the cemetery here? Like, it's daylight, you know.
They're allowed to go back there. Yeah,
But they had it mowed and everything to get back to it, and then once we got back there and we started looking around, it was pretty
That's
cool.
all you remember?
That's pretty much it.
You don't remember the bugs? I remember the gnats walking back there. They were like all over us. Kind of like today when
I
we were on
blocked
our
that
little
out
trip.
of
You
my
blocked
memory.
that? Oh, they were just
Yeah.
attacking left and right. And of course, we were there in July of 2017, so the
was
heat
warm.
was just, ugh. Yeah, but when we got back there, we did catch a EVP, and we have a video out about that. I'll put a link, but there's a video about the EVP that we caught at the cemetery.
Okay.
And that was like a cool trip going down there. I'm not going to tell them what I asked at the visitor center.
Yes, please don't. I just shook my head.
If you want to know what I asked at the
No.
visitor center, leave a comment and I'll reply back.
No, you don't want to know. I just shook my head. It was okay. All right, moving on.
All right, so we talked about personal experiences,
And
talked
we got
about the paranormal, talked about the history. Anything
we
else
did
you
it.
want to add?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm good on this one.
All right, folks, we're going to wrap this one up. Until next time,
Thanks for watching.
and happy hunting.
Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, Support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting!